for another spotlight, one of our virtues. Here it comes. Today we're going to be talking about gratitude, Josh.
We are, absolutely. Really, really important virtue as it brings us into the moment. It's a mindfulness technique, gratitude. Things like anxiety, fear, these are feelings that can control us when they're immersive, but they live in the past or in the future. In the moment, fear and anxiety, they don't live there. You can't be anxious about right now, this very second. Your anxiety is about what's to come or about something you've done in the past and how it might catch up to you. Fear is likewise, even on the edge of a cliff. You're not fearful of the moment you're standing safely on the edge of the cliff. You're fearful of the next moment where you might be falling forward. And so it's fear and anxiety, they live in the future and in the past. Gratitude, being able to express what you're grateful for in the moment, it centers you, it anchors you to the moment, brings you out of those negative emotions.
I remember, Josh, I did a workshop with you a little while ago now, last year, wasn't it? We had that interesting experience where we're lying out there, I'm lying on the ground, out on the grass, and you'd played a song on your guitar, and there's a dozen people or more there, we're all there, just kind of having this mindful moment, just soaking up the beautiful sunshine on that, lovely, I think it was a spring morning, and we were listening to the music, and then you were taking us through these different steps of what are you feeling right now? What's something you'd be grateful that you're feeling right now? And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I can feel this beautiful cool air, and it's fresh and it's cool, and it's, and I can feel the sun.
It was guided mindfulness. It was guided mindfulness, gratitude kind of little therapy focus moment before we started the workshop to really bring people into the best learning zone that they could be in the moment, not consumed with what's going on outside in their real life, but bringing them into the moment. And we spent some time in our senses, didn't we? What we could feel, what we could hear, what we could taste, what we could smell. And of course, when I got to the part where I had to guide everyone to open their eyes for the first time in about 15, 20 minutes and look around and what are some things you're grateful for that you can see? Well, I had a bit of an emotional moment, didn't I? I broke down a little bit because Lauren can't see. And I think that was the most gratitude I've ever felt for my sight.
It's interesting, and when he said that, he was feeling bad because I think, and I'm grateful that you've had that experience, Josh, but as I opened my eyes with the 5% eyesight I've got, which isn't a lot, but I'm like thinking, wow, it's blue up there, oh wow, the sun's at least bright enough for me to know that I can see something there, and I might not see the stars, I might not see the moon, I might not see my wife's face, but the little things that I have been able to see, I was very grateful for. And it's funny because I know when I do a lot of motivational speaking work, I sometimes point this out that when my kids come home from school and they run up the stairs and you can hear them thump, 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 Dad, we're home, I know I can hear you. But then the disappointing part comes next, because when I look across, I can't even see my kids smiling. And how often do we take for granted those little things, those little moments? And as I point out, even though Josh was maybe feeling bad about me, I was actually still feeling grateful that I could at least see the sun, see something. So I think all of us can stop for a moment and think about something that we can be grateful for.
Absolutely.
Even amongst the chaos and the adversity and the challenges and the sadness and the grief and all the other things going on, there's always something to be thankful for.
Absolutely. Even if it's just I'm thankful that I'm alive and I'm here. And for some of us, we might be in a downward spiral that's not possible, but we might be thankful for someone else in our life that's breathing, that's that's still here. There is always something to be grateful for. And again, that can pull us out of the past and the future where fear and anxiety and sadness and grief all live, and can pull us into the moment, which is where life is happening, isn't it? Life is in the moment. So I guess right now, what's something you can be grateful for? I know, Lauren, I'm thinking right now about my wife's face. Really inspired that I take her face for granted. Imagine not being able to know what my wife looked like and never having been able to see her face. So I'm feeling very grateful for my wife's face right now. But don't just think about what you're grateful for. What are you going to do? What's the now what, okay? Thinking about what you're grateful for is the so what. It's analytical. What's the now what? What are you going to do differently, in a moment when you finish this video, before you press play on the next video? What are you going to go and do because you've just experienced some gratitude? I know for me, it's going to be, I'm going to ring my wife, I'm going to tell her I love her. And when I get home from this recording session, I'm going to grab her with both hands and kiss her face and really look at her. So I've got my now what. What's your now what? We really look forward to seeing you in the next video.